Today I want to share a little bit about my experience with human design and finding out about my human design type and the journey I've been on and what it showed me, because it has been such a powerful part of my journey. And often people are like, some people don't know. Maybe you don't know what human design is, maybe you've heard about it, but you don't exactly know what you can get from it. Maybe you know, but it's always intriguing to learn about someone else's experience. So I am a reflector, which is 1% of the population are reflectors, which is a human design energy type. There are 5 different types, and happy to share about the other types in other videos. Each uniquely beautiful. I love coaching all of the different types. I want to, today talk about my experience and how human design has helped me in learning about my type. So, I have never found a system that I so deeply resonated with. And as I'm sharing this, whenever I share, I don't think there's one way. There's not one path to get to your truth. On the awakening journey, on the spiritual journey. There are so many different ways, and it's about following your intuition to the systems, to the tools, to the coaches, to the courses that resonate with you to find your unique path, right? And human design has been a big part for me, and it could be really helpful for you, or maybe your intuition is guiding you towards something else, whether that's breath work or somatic coaching or plant medicine or, so always follow your internal guidance. When I discovered human design, I'd never found a system that I felt so deeply seen, and it just resonated on such a soul level. And as a reflector, I'll share some of the things, and as a reflector, we are very open energetically. So our chakras, our energy systems are very open. We're very receptive to the rest of the world, to our environments. And so we mirror and reflect people, places, the environments we go. And we're kind of called like the chameleons. And that is authentic, right? As a reflector, I am here to reflect pieces of you back to you, or the health of the environment, the community back to it. That is what being an aligned reflector is. But subconsciously, I had kind of judged myself unknowingly. Like I hadn't identified with being a chameleon, which is someone that changes in different environments. But I had been subconsciously kind of judging myself because I'd heard that, like, in self-development, personal development, like, authenticity is you being who you are, you being the same, showing up as the same person no matter what environment, no matter what. Tony Robbins, he's the same person on stage as he is off stage. That's authentic, that's being real, So subconsciously, I kind of judged myself for being different around different people, having a different flavor of myself. There's so many different flavors to me, to all of us, and having these different flavors of my essence come out, they're all authentic. And so learning about this, it's helped me, human design has helped me to more deeply accept who I am and my energy, my unique way of being, because we're all different. We are all unique. There's not one size fits all, right? Which is what society often tells us. There's one way to do life. There's what success looks a certain way. There's a certain way of being that is the right way. And so one of my favorite things about human design is that there's no one way. We're all unique. We are all different. We all have unique gifts. And I love that. Because I've never like to be put in a box, or I've never felt like I fit in a box. And I'm sure some of you can relate. So yeah, I think what, for human design has helped me to more deeply own and accept parts of myself I kind of knew about myself, but didn't really have the words or the language to put on myself, and to just embrace them. And those of you who aren't reflectors but kind of identify or can feel yourself in this, anyone who has an open G center chakra in your human design chart, it is also energetically correct for you to be a little bit different in different environments around different people. If your G center is filled in, then it's energetically correct for you to show up as you are, who you are, and no matter what environment, no matter what people, you're the same person, right? So there's all these nuances in your human design chart, and so often when one energetic type is sharing, or I'm sharing about a certain type, even if you're not that energetic type, often you can oh, I resonate with that because there's other layers and parts of your chart. So just throwing that out there. And yeah, and the gifts, I think that was such a beautiful thing for me, because so often I used to see someone and be like, oh wow, they have this gift, this person speaks with such emotion and is able to bring people into the depths of the emotion, and they have that gift in their chart. But for me, I don't have that. So instead of wanting to be something that I'm not, for me, in my throat chakra, I have the gifts of speaking with truth-telling with effervescence. So speaking with lightness, with joy, telling the truth in a way that lands with people. So I have been able to just own the gifts I already have and kind of hunker down, or put energy into the gifts and things that I have, and admire and love gifts that other people have, right? And it just brings awareness, because so often our gifts are things that are my gifts. They come so easily to me, so naturally to me. So I don't even know they're a gift. I think, oh, everyone can do this, because it comes with so little effort, right? And so human design is this beautiful system to be like, oh, it's so effortless for me because this is a gift, right? And often we can, people also reflect our gifts to us by being like, oh wow, you're a really great leader, or when people share things with us, we're like, oh, and so that's also a beautiful sign of your gifts. And human design is just yet another tool to kind of showcase your gifts, what you have. And it's really helped me manifest and use my energy in the way that's authentic for me, right? So we all have different energies, and there's different ways to use our energy to be in our flow. And when we're in our flow and in alignment with our energy, that's when it's when you're at the right place at the right time. You magnetize the opportunities. There's just this ease and flow and fun, right? And as a reflector, it's about waiting. That's kind of like our intuition, our authority is to wait a lunar cycle. It doesn't always have to be, for smaller decisions, doesn't have to be a full 28 days. But it's true, when I heard that, I was like, that is how my intuition works. I won't know how I feel about something, and I wait, and then at some point, it just clicks, and I'm like, oh, that's my knowing, So I've given myself permission to now more intentionally use this, right? I catch myself where I'm rushing, right? Because the conditioning in society is, let's go, let's be productive. It's better to do than to wait, and I've really had to decondition that as a reflector, that it's better for me to wait than to do in an unaligned path. If I don't know yet, it's better for me to wait until I get that insight, that knowing, and then go, because then I'm going full steam ahead in the aligned direction. But when I do for doing's sake, because doing feels better than waiting, then I get taken off in the unaligned direction, I have to come all the way back to get back into alignment, and it's this big detour. And still sometimes I'll catch myself rushing. So for me, that's been like, but it's true, right? And so human design's not meant to be another outside-in system of, hey, rules and regulations of how you gotta work. It's like, if it lands, you know, and everyone I share human design with, it's wild. It deeply lands with them. Like, oh, that is true. And then it gives you a framework to tap into, and to learn more about how your energy works. And so now I catch myself when I rush. Or if I rush, I like, and sometimes I'll still do it, because sometimes waiting, it's hard, you know, and I have the self-judgments of I should be doing more, I should be in more action. And so I'm still working with that, but framing it as enjoying the waiting time, and using that time to just raise my vibration, be in my highest vibration, do the things that bring me joy till I get that insight, and then I move super fast, right? So that's been fun. It can be challenging, right? As we decondition from the ways we're told are correct, are socially acceptable. And it's really fun and something that I really enjoy. You know, it's called the human design experiment, because it's not taking anything I share with you, anything your chart says, any other human design expert shares as truth. It's about experimenting with it in your life and seeing that it works for you, right? And every time I wait and then I take action on that aligned thing that drops in, I see that it works, that I meet the right person at the right place. I have that synchronistic thing, like it's easy, like I'm in action, I'm taking the actions, but doesn't feel like work. It's not this push. And every time I see that, it's like the snowball effect. It gets easier for me to trust my intuition, my authority, which is in human design similar to your intuition. We each have different authority. It gets easier to trust, right? Because we live in a world where society will tell us, and for me, I was like logic. Logic's the way. I was much more, when I was younger, I was much more in my masculine, in my logic. Things had to make sense. I would plan and go by the plan, whereas now I am much more in my heart, in my feminine. I follow my intuition, and I see that when I follow my intuition, the magic that can unfold is, the path that unfolds is so much higher than what I could have ever planned from my limited mind. So it's fun. It can be fun to be in the unknown, and it can be uncomfortable, right? And so it's about taking pieces of your chart, experimenting. For me, what really helps is like when I have resistance to like, oh, I don't know if I wanna, like it feels hard to not control, right? So then I tell myself, okay, let me just test this for 1 week, and let me test this for 1 month. And if it doesn't work, I can go back to controlling. I can go back to doing the thing I was doing. And that helps my ego, my mind kind of get buy-in to testing different pieces of my chart. So yeah, I love human design because it has really been such a beautiful tool that I use in my business. I mean my whole life, but especially in my business, to come more in alignment to how I work and my energy. And I love sharing it with others. So, and other reflectors, hopefully, you know, I would love to hear what lands with you, what you resonate with, and hopefully this has been helpful for you.